guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Angela here, and today I will be showing you all how to dye your unit from a 1B natural black to the perfect fall red color. I will be using the Loreal HiColor Reds collection in color H7 Sizzling Copper, H9 Red Hot, and H12 Deep Auburn. I do use 2 bottles of H12 Red Auburn, so 4 bottles of this dye in total. However, the unit that I'm going to be dyeing today is 150% in density, so I didn't need that much dye. If you have thicker hair or thicker units, you're going to want to use more hair color. I also used 40 volume developer. Directions tell you that you should use 2.5 ounces of developer for every bottle of dye, so make sure that you're using the appropriate ratios. The last thing that you're going to need is some Vaseline. We are going to be using Vaseline to protect our lace from the dye. And you're literally just going to give everything a good mix. Make sure that you take your time and you're mixing like you're beating some eggs. Protect your mannequin head, y'all, because this dye will get very messy. The unit, of course, is from my hair company, WabiWigs. This is our Autumn Transparent Water Wave Lace Front Unit in 22 inches. This unit is pre-plucked. It is pre-bleached for you 2 inches in the front. All I did was pull out the baby hairs and give it a nice little swoop. It is super beginner friendly and super hassle free. So yeah, y'all, get into it. I would definitely leave all of the information for this unit in the description box down below. And yeah. So now we are going to take our Vaseline. I have a little plastic spoon, and you're literally going to spread the Vaseline on the inner part of the lace. I did flip the unit over. This is the inside of the unit, and I'm putting the Vaseline all on the lace, a good amount, because you want to be able to press the Vaseline into, you know, the knots. Then we are just going to section out our frontal, because even though we've protected our lace with the Vaseline, we still want to make sure that we're treating the hair on the frontal with more care than when you're dyeing the hair in the back, because you still do not want to get that dye on the lace. That is just not cute and it's hard to fix, so be really careful about getting the dye on the lace, guys. And I just went ahead and I sectioned off a piece, and I literally just began to put on the dye. I did not use a brush. I really just put a lot of the dye on each portion, and I really rubbed it in, and I made sure that I was really saturating every single strand of hair with the dye. So now I'm going to speed this up. The process is the same. Just part the hair in sections and make sure you're saturating each strand with the hair dye. So now we're moving on to the frontal. I do recommend that you use a brush for this portion, and you're literally just going to do the same thing. It helps if you don't put too much dye on the hair at a time. Make sure you like build up the dye. So do like maybe 2 or 3 coats each section, just so you don't make the dye seep through the hair and then get onto the lace. I definitely sped this up. It took me a while, so take your time and make sure that you're being careful and just try not to mess up. Obviously, if you do get a little dye on there, the Vaseline will save you, but still try to practice not getting any dye on the lace when you're dyeing the frontal. So I let this sit for about another hour after I was done putting on all of the dye. So about 2 hours in total the dye was on the hair, and as you can see, it just didn't come out as I expected. It looks kind of purple and it just isn't bright enough. So I went in and I bleached my knots, and I actually decided to do a bleach bath on the hair. So the bleach bath will basically just lighten the color of the hair. The stuff I use for the bleach bath are 1 part shampoo, 1 part developer, and 1 part bleach. And I mix the solution together. As you can see, that's the consistency I went for. And I basically just applied it to the wig in its entirety. So because the hair dye that we used is permanent, what this is going to do is basically brighten the color on the hair. But because we have diluted the bleach, it's not as strong, so it won't bleach it too much. It would just brighten the color of the unit. So I basically just saturated the hair in its entirety with this mixture. And because I already bleached the knots, I'm not worried about it getting on the lace or anything like that, and because it's bleached, so you don't have to worry about that. So you can just go ham and just, you know, saturate the hair strands with the bleach bath mixture. And as you can see, like, it's already getting lighter as I'm putting it on. So I went ahead and I left this on for about an hour and a half, and this is how it turned out. So I'm really happy with this color. It's the perfect fall type of color. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want a video on how I installed this unit. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. Again, I will have all of the information for this unit in the description box down below, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!